Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning. Yay for Tuesdays. Woohoo. Tired this morning, but I'm tired every morning. I wake up tired. I go to sleep tired. I do everything tired. So, I know I haven't put a video up in a couple of days, and same old shit's going on. That's why not much different to report to you guys. It's still the same. That Trump team's filing the lawsuits. Biden's teams are trying to fight the lawsuits. You've got. But look, there's the media saying that Trump's like 1 in 37 as far as the lawsuits, the win-loss record. But he's only filed like 4 lawsuits. All that other crap are individual lawsuits from just individual people. It's not Trump. So this whole Sidney Powell being fired by Trump's team, that's bullshit too. She was never paid by the Trump team. She's been working for free to help the Trump team, and I think that needed to be clarified. We'll find out why they had to come out and say that, but there's a reason. But no, she didn't get fired. It's not because she did anything wrong or that she's making fantastic claims that aren't true. None of that crap. If you excuse me, if you heard that from the news, she's still working. She's still Michael Flynn's attorney. She's working with Lin Wood also. Them two are working for us, we the people. Okay? Trump has his team with Rudy Giuliani and that other girl, I forgot her name, on the fraud. And Lin Wood and Sidney Powell have taken the time, and they're using their expertise for us, we the people. So, if you ever see a link to donate to, like, Sidney Powell, I think she has a link if y'all can contribute to help her, because it costs a lot to do what she's doing, and she's doing it on her own dime. If I had money, I certainly would be giving her some, but as you all know, I got the axe about a month ago. So money's tight, and I can't. Otherwise, I would. But anyway, that's a different story. So I know you probably heard that Georgia went ahead and certified their count, which is crap, but it's okay. I'm convinced that the governor of Georgia and the Secretary of State of Georgia, who are both Republicans, by the way, and both were Trump supporters at one time, were compromised. So I think that they signed some shady deal with Dominion, and were getting kickbacks, and so they're, of course, don't want to get stuck out and get in trouble. So they're trying to, they're also on the side of Biden, trying to get him in just so they don't get in trouble. But it's too late. They already have got plenty of evidence against the governor that I know of on video. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen it. It's just what I hear. I think Lin Wood put that out. So that's not going to work for them, and it also sticks them out. So whenever this does go to court and it gets cleared, and they see that there was fraud, and there was fraud in Georgia, and the governor went ahead and certified it anyway, knowing that there was fraud, that's his ass. So also this, I forgot the lady's name, the lady who is supposed to certify the count for the nation, and she refused to do it because of all these fraud claims. Well, she just did it. Went ahead and certified the election, but she put out a statement, and in that statement she said that she didn't receive any pressure or anything from Trump's team nor Biden's team, but she did get a lot of death threats through the mail, through email, through phone calls, death threats on her, her family, and her pets. So she felt bullied or coerced into making that decision. It's the only reason she said it. And since that's a legal document, then it's not going to be binding. Her certification isn't binding because it was made under duress from death threats. So don't worry about that either. That's not a big deal. If y'all are worried, I don't know if y'all are keeping up with this or not. I know a lot of people are just ready for it to be over. I'm ready for it to be over. I wish we didn't have to go through this, but you got to walk through the darkness to get through the light. And most of you who are Christians, I know some of you aren't, but most of you who are know that it's always the darkest just before the dawn. And I don't want to freak y'all out or anything, but this ain't the darkest yet. It's going to get a lot darker. So, but it's going to be over soon. And Trump will be your president. I'm confident in that. The owner of Overstock.com, I forget his name, that online retail giant, Overstock.com, apparently he's come about a bunch of evidence of fraud. And he put out a tweet, he tweeted about it saying that he's got definite proof, it's black and white, nobody can dispute it, of nationwide fraud. And he's got experts that can testify to that, what they found, and explain it to where, you know, it's easy to understand. Everybody can easily understand what's going on. He just needs to get in front of a judge, he says, and he's brought it to the attention of Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood. I watched a video earlier today. Good Lord, it was so confusing though. I couldn't explain it, but some guy, a mathematician, some math expert, and I by no means am a math expert. I'm one of those that have to really, really study hard to make a C in math. You know, it's just, math isn't my forte. But apparently this guy's very smart, and he worked out a spreadsheet, and he showed how Dominion machines with that software, how they did it. It's very confusing. I actually put a comment at the bottom of his video saying I hope that he's got someone that can explain it to the layperson better than he's doing in the video, because it's really confusing. But they used algorithms, and those algorithms for each precinct switched from one algorithm to another, to this precinct, to that precinct. It's very complicated, very intricate, and they tried hiding it, which they got proof of how they tried to hide it, which shows intent. So you can't say, oh, it's just a glitch, because it's irrefutable. And but it's pretty. they did a good job, put it that way, on the electronic part. That's all the electronic part. That's just half of the fraud. Yeah, the other half is the mail-in and the absentee votes, because they've got so many people involved in that side nationwide that, you know, people going out doing ballot harvesting. People they have people's names that went out to nursing homes, to the elderly, dementia patients, and registered them all the same day that they voted, because apparently in that state you can vote the same day that you register. I think it's 30 days here you have to wait, but there they didn't. And these were old dementia patients who don't remember anything. And of course, since they didn't let anybody validate the ballots when they were counting, it didn't matter. So, you know, the people were signing these people's names, you know, which obviously don't match their names on their driver's license or IDs or anything. But since they blocked out the Republicans from watching the count, it didn't matter. It might not even had a signature. You never know until they get an audit done. So they did stuff like that, and of course registering dead people or doing ballots for dead people, all thousands and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands nationwide of dead people voting. They're finding it in every state. They're finding people that are like 127 that voted, 108, 111, all these people that one guy was 150. It's just impossible. So they're doing shit like that, and it's all nationwide. So it's taken a long time, which time is something that is not on Trump's side, because it would normally take years of litigation to clear all this out, and they're trying to get it done in a few weeks. So they're not going to be able to do that, but all they have to do is provide enough evidence statewide, nationwide, every state, to judges that there is fraud going on, a lot of fraud going on, and show them what they found everywhere, and it shows a pattern. So there's different ways they can go with it once they do that. The FEC chairman, Federal Election Commission, he can call it and say that he can, if there's enough evidence for him, and he's already said this, he can say the election is invalid because of the fraud. So the whole thing's kaput, and Trump would remain president if they can prove that the Biden was connected to the fraud, which we know he is, but knowing it and proving it are two different things. So I don't know what evidence they have towards that, but I have faith in them. So they can do it that way. They can do it where right now it has to go through the court systems, the state courts. And you've got a lot of dirty judges still at the state levels. And they'll kick it back. They'll say, no, we're not doing it. And that's when once they kick it back, then it goes to the Supreme Court. So if it goes to the Supreme Court, then Trump will win. I think I said that, you guys, already. Because they have the majority, as long as they have the proof, which they do. And the only other way is through the House, where each state has one legislator that can vote for that state. And depending on the party, that's whatever party they are affiliated to, that's the party that gets the vote for that state, and that state gets all those electoral college votes. Well, there's like, out of the 50 states, Republicans own 38 of the states, I believe, or 32. I think I told you all this already too once. So either one of those routes is what they're going to have to go to. That I know of, unless they've got something that some other way that you know, they're going to come out and prove something some other way. I don't know. But I do know that they have plenty of evidence statewide, nationwide, of fraud. I think Sidney Powell even said that they have proof that in every state that used Dominion voting machines, or at least the software, which she's pretty sure it's all 50 states, that every Democrat on the ticket got 35,000 votes right when it started. So they were up 35,000 at the beginning everywhere. So that's, that goes from president down to Senate to House to local judges, whatever. So she says, I listened to an interview, and she says she has that. And that's just one of the things. They have the algorithm figured out. That one guy did the video on it, on how they manipulated votes. And, each precinct would have a certain ratio. Like, depending on how many people normally vote in that precinct, the ratio was different. Like, for every vote Trump gets, Biden gets 3.5 or something like that. So every vote that so when people started voting, that's how it would tally. One vote for Trump is one vote for Biden's over 3 votes. I think one county was like one for Trump, 68 for Biden in one of those precincts that he found. And he only did he only did one part of Pennsylvania. And it was just incredible how much crap he uncovered just in that one part of Pennsylvania. So this is massive, and it's going to take a while. But just sit back and watch, and just keep in the back of your mind, don't worry about Biden's not going to become president, no matter what you hear, what you see. If they come out and say, yes, he's the president, don't believe it. Trump's is gonna be a president for a second term. And now, if on inauguration day comes and they and they make Biden president, God forbid that happens. I don't know what the plan is, but if it calls for that, a lot of people are going to be freaking out, including myself. But I don't believe that's part of Donald Trump's and Q's plan. I'm sure right now it's just they're allowing all this election fraud to go on because they knew how they were going to do it, and they wanted to expose it so everybody could see and with their own eyes, and it's not hearsay. So the majority of the Democrat supporters of the United States, they'll know, they'll see it. If they're level-headed and right-minded, they'll see the fraud and go like, yeah, I see it. They tried cheating. You're going to have some that are going to refuse to believe it anyway. That's just on them. But he wanted everyone to see it. He wanted the not just the nation, but the world. Let everyone know how corrupt our government was, and he's allowing the bad actors to stick their neck out so he can see who the bad actors are that they don't know about yet, like the governor of Georgia and the Secretary of State of Georgia. They probably didn't know that the guy was a bad actor, but now they do. So every day, more and more come out, and because they're getting desperate, because then they see all this pushback that we're doing as a nation. The people are speaking out, and they're freaking out. These Dems are, the deep state, and they're trying to so that they make mistakes. Trump's forcing their hand, and now they have to do stuff they don't want to do, like they did on election night. And they make mistakes easily or easily identifiable. So all's good. Just like I said, if you got to go back and listen to one of my videos if you're freaking out, and if these make you feel better. But I'm 100% confident, guys. Like I said before, I'm keeping up with it. I'm trying to keep up with as much as I can. I'm getting some info from people that I know, that I trust, that I've known for a while, as a matter of fact. And everybody's like, same thing, sit back. One of them, all I could say was, we're going to have a good Christmas. So, I don't know what that means, but apparently we're going to have a good Christmas, y'all. Republicans, anyway. So, that's all. Just want to let y'all know. If y'all need anything, just give me a text. You can comment below if you like. You can share this if you like. You can ask people to subscribe. I've gone up a few, not much, but a few. But, I understand. It's just me talking right now. But it's going to be good one day. You'll see. You'll see. News with the Cajun. Live with Kunas. Kunas, live at 5. Say, man, them Democrats, they cheating ya. Bunch of couillons. Y'all have a blessed day. Where we go one, we go all.